Luffy finally gets involved, Loki joins the fun, the most epic battle against IMU is here, we find out Scopper's fate, and more happens in this insane chapter, and much anticipated one, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Chill the parking within and smash that like button if you enjoy seeing these One Piece reviews on the channel and want to keep them coming. Make this the video you joined the Nakama if you haven't already by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future One Piece reviews and updates.
A quick thank you to Starforge for sponsoring this video. And I know what you're thinking, Starforge is like the coolest name ever. What do they build? Frickin' spaceships? Yes, it is an epic name and I wish I thought of it first, but Starforge Systems is actually the futuristic PC building company known for their premium quality and impeccable attention to detail. And they're also known for their white glove service at an accessible price point. All PCs are built by hand in Austin, Texas by experienced and passionate builders. They've got a whole bunch of different PCs at different price points, and these things are truly out of this world. Each computer comes with a full 2-year parts and labor warranty, and they are releasing monthly limited run builds all the time, including collabs with massive gaming and anime IPs. Just look at this insane Kaiju number 8 limited edition PC. This is so freaking cool. They offer custom cases and plate lights, fully custom builds for everyone from casual gamers just looking for a great machine, to top of the line high-end machines for the most dedicated gaming pros. And they even offer desk mats and acrylic posters so you can make your entire setup match your unique aesthetic. Check them out right now, link in the description. Starforge is not only like the most epic sci-fi name for a company, they really are forging the next generation of futuristic top-of-the-line PCs. Check them out for yourself, link in the description.
And now, without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. The title of this chapter is called That's Enough, I've Got This, which one would definitely assume is referring to Luffy finally getting involved in this conflict that has taken Elbaf by storm in recent chapters. It's supposedly referring to the intervention we've been waiting for a good while now. The chapter starts with Kashi trying to talk some sense into the giant pirates who have recently undergone a demonic transformation thanks to IMU. Kashi says, "Please snap out of it, captains. Elder Yarul is the world's oldest warrior. He's a living legend. We've always looked up to him." And the others agree, saying, "Yeah, you said it, Kashi." And then we get the giant captain speaking. So it's clear they're not just mindless beasts now, but can still think and speak. It just so happens that they are demonic villains now rather than the good guys. Demon Bragi says, "But the elder we all idolized is just a broken old man now. That's why it's up to us to put him out to pasture. And after that, we will reign as kings. Elbaf has no need for idols or gods. It is time to call forth a new era of war, an age ruled by the strong." End quote. So clearly these guys in this form are advocating for an Elbaf now that is far removed from the one we're told King Harold wanted and the schools teach of. Some comment, "How can you say that? This isn't you. What the hell happened to you guys?" One says, "Stay back, Kashi. They've flipped. They're not the same people anymore. They've become pitch black demons, right down to their core." Then Giant Tall Man too is flipped and undergoes a demon transformation. We see what looks like go pieces on a board, and we see a white piece flip to black piece, symbolizing Tall Man becoming a demon and flipping to the dark side, if you will. And the craziest thing about these demon transformations to me is that they're completely involuntary. IMU doesn't have to tempt you or make you an offer you can't refuse. As we see, Tall Man suddenly gets stuck, he cries, he doesn't want to flip, but he still gets flipped anyways. And so the dark side is growing, and we've yet to see any of the flipped ones revert, at least so far. So if things continue like this, the good guys or white pieces will quickly get overrun. With how bleak the situation looks, this is definitely the time for Luffy, Zoro, and the rest to finally get involved. Tall Man, who just became a demon against his will, now says in his new demon form, I feel amazing." The question, of course, is how do you not get turned? And the best guesses I've seen are perhaps Conqueror's Haki and or an exceptionally powerful will, or even perhaps D-Clan members are immune to it, which is why the D-Clan is feared so much. We don't know yet, but let me know what theory you're leaning into. All we know is that there's no way IMU is successfully turning everyone, especially when it comes to our Straw Hats. The non-turned giants start falling back and admitting the obvious, that they are in a bad position here. They even point out that the enemy took down Scopper, which many are shocked to hear, some even saying it's impossible. Ripley, for her part, is also shocked to hear this and says, "Wait for me, Colin. Mama's coming to save you." I gotta say, I really liked seeing Scopper and Ripley's relationship in this arc. We even overhear someone say, "They're devils now. The giant warrior pirates have become complete demons." Meanwhile, the dreaming children are adding to the issues as they dream of demons and more spawn in Elbaf. Nightmare monsters that were seemingly defeated now rise up again when they're called to by Killingham, who says, "Rise up, death means nothing to you. That's right, wake up, come to life, Elbaf's nightmare will never end." And the picture of how bad Killingham seems to be at this point is completed when we see his sinister looking human face. I wasn't even sure whose face it was until we're told it's Saint Killingham, who is using the hybrid form of his mythical dragon fruit model Killin. He definitely fits the image of a villain much more this way, with his shark teeth and everything. Killingham says something very true when he says things are really heating up now. No holding back now that a certain someone's shown up, meaning IMU, I'd assume. Killingham says, "Rampage to your heart's content, my dream demons. Elbaf, this is your doing. You brought these monsters into the world." We jump to Nami, who says, "Is it me or are there even more of them now?" Clearly noticing the increase in Killingham's nightmare monsters. Jinbei notes that things have really spiraled out of control, which is good because it will make Luffy saving the day all the more satisfying. We then get Usopp's moment, which is all the more impactful because of how much he always looked up to Dory and Broggy. He screams out shocked, "Master Dory, Master Broggy, this is your homeland. What the hell are you doing? Open your eyes. How can you bear turning into something with no pride at all?" Usopp straight up seems to be crying, so hopefully he can use this occasion to rise to the occasion and become the hero he wants to see. Perhaps he can even get through to them, although I fear that would be too easy. We see Giants frustrated about being unable to save the kids, since they are guarded by monsters and invisible thorns. Some are still passed out from Imu's powerful hockey shockwave. It's epic to see a giant mom, though, get up and scream out, "Bent, Yilva! As if I could pass out now. I swear I'm coming to save you, just wait for me." Absolutely epic moment from this side character. Not even Imu can keep this lady down. Much respect to her. Then of all people, Summers asks, "My lord, how far are we going to take this?" Killingham also says the board is already covered in our color, implying, yeah, they've done enough. These nightmares are made of pure malice. If we let them rage, they'll eventually destroy themselves. But Imu is not taking any chances. They say press on until it shatters, referring to the spirit of Elbaf itself. Imu further notes, "Had Harold not blundered in that critical hour, this nation wouldst long have been beneath my rightful dominion." And dialogue like this is really making me wish that Oda would reveal exactly what happened to Harold already. Did he blunder by getting killed, or did he blunder because he decided to not go along with what the Celestial Dragons wanted? What do you think in the comments? Do you think he was a Celestial pawn to the end, or was he going to stand up against them? And then we actually get a flashback where we'll finally get to see what everyone is waiting for, Luffy, Zoro, and Loki hype. So this takes place just a few minutes earlier in the underworld, so it's not like a crazy far back flashback, but definitely a hype one. Scopper is now falling, having been hit by the arrows. Chopper, being the hero doctor he is, jumped after him without thinking, always trying to save people. He tells himself though that he has to stay calm, despite falling to his potential doom at an exceedingly fast rate. He says to himself, "I can do this, I can't let him die." He ends up running Roadrunner style through the air so he can get underneath Scopper, and then uses guard point, the implication of course being that he used his giant round fluffy form to dampen their fall, thus making it not lethal. Then we finally get to Luffy's group, and it starts with Loki and Hiruden. The two brothers are still arguing. Loki says, "If you want to hear about it, get on your knees, Hiruden." While Hiruden responds, "You killed my father." These guys definitely act like brothers with their back and forth, so I know that from experience. Obviously, the topic of conversation is different, but they do argue like brothers. And I look forward to seeing how their relationship as brothers develops. Loki responds, "He was my dad too." Hiruden says, "And look what you did to your own parent." Hiruden is asked to stop it, but then Luffy notices that Chopper just fell down near them. Luffy is asked if he saw him, but Luffy says nah. Loki confirms what Luffy said, saying something definitely just fell down here. And it seems like he can sense the location too, saying it's just past that ridge. Luffy wonders, wait, how did I know it was Chopper? Someone's with him, but they're hurt. This is sort of like an unintentional flex of Luffy's, where his advanced observation haki can easily sense Chopper's presence without him even being able to see him. Interestingly though, maybe because he doesn't know him as well, he didn't immediately recognize Chopper specifically, even though they have met too, just saying that someone hurt is with Chopper. Finally, it's Hiruden that says that something serious must be happening if they fell all the way from the realm of the sun. And Zoro says, let's go find them right away. Gerd and Goldberg stay with Loki for now as the others go to help Chopper. Loki immediately starts with trying to bribe them to release him. He says, hey Gerd and Goldberg, is there anything you want, like someone's head or some jewels? While Goldberg says, there is something I want, Gerd interrupts saying, no Loki, we're not going to set you free. Loki, reminiscent of Joker's famous line, says, no need to be so serious. Then, the snail phone rings, and Loki's friend is heard saying, hello Loki? Loki says, Mosa, I'm busy, let's chat later. But Mosa continues now saying, I'll be quick. I have my hands full here too. I just have one thing to say. And Loki says, huh? Fine, just keep your voice down. He clearly wants to maintain his tough guy reputation and doesn't want the others to know about his friend. Mosa continues saying, earlier, I didn't get the chance to tell you before, but the truth is, it looks like I'm not going to be able to use a transponder snail for a while. Loki, clearly affected by this, says, what? Did something happen? Mosa responds, at first I was just scared, but before I knew it, I found their conversations to be a calming experience, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. That's why I wanted to thank you again. Loki continues with his concern, saying, what is it? Is something happening to you? You didn't. That nasty business didn't crop up again, did it? Mosa responds, it's okay, don't worry about me. Loki says, is that place? ? Mosa says, thank you for everything you've done until now. He begs Mosa to wait, but Mosa hangs up and all Loki can say is, damn. He then says angrily, what are you looking at? To Gerd and Goldberg, while Gerd responds, it's nice to know that you somehow found a friend to lean on in the underworld. Loki, still wanting to protect his unfriendly image, says angrily, don't you dare tell anyone. Hiruden shows up running, saying to Gerd that she has to treat Yasan, aka Scopper, since he's severely wounded. Luffy is just looking at him and he says with a smile on his face, so this old timer's popular around here, huh? Good job saving him, Chopper. Classic Chopper loves the praise but won't admit it, saying, what? He, it was nothing special. Praising me doesn't make me happy or anything, you jerk. Then we get a complete freakout expression on Luffy's face as we enter one of the funniest parts of the chapter, when he finds out that Scopper was on the Pirate King's crew. He says that means he was on the same ship as Roger and Rayleigh. Luffy is told he served as one of the Pirate King's wings alongside Dark King Rayleigh. He was probably their third strongest member. Zoro says he really was a big shot pirate then, huh? No wonder he was tough. Luffy says so Shanks must know him too. Hiruden notices that he just moved. He says, I think he's trying to say something, Yasan, what is it? And this part is just too funny. He raises two fingers and even though he's on the verge of death, his top priority is to say, I was second. As is pointed out, he couldn't let that third strongest comment slide, which is absolutely hilarious. And Rayleigh might argue with him about who is second, like Zoro and Sanji love to argue with each other. But it doesn't surprise me that the second and third place is blurred here, because like I said previously, to me, Scopper has been arguably more impressive than Rayleigh, at least in their old ages. As they wonder what could put a man like Scopper in this condition, Chopper says, that's right. Things up there are bad, Luffy. We need you guys. They've taken the kids hostage, there's only a handful of enemies, but nobody can make them budge. A bunch of enormous monsters are running amok too. Then they feel what must be Imu's Haki shockwave, the one that made so many faint. Even Scopper is shown react to that Haki, no strong character can ignore it and how serious it is. Hiruden says, everybody, we need to get a lift to the Sun Realm now. Elbaf is in danger. Luffy says, Chopper, that's enough, I've got this. There it is, the title of the chapter and the moment we've been waiting for all this time. And for me, who has been wanting them to join forces with Loki real bad, it's looking real good, as Loki laughs and says, what could be the source of this ridiculous burst of Haki? You guys really will need my power now. And the editor's note is hype in and of itself, as they write, they're finally ready to go. So somewhat of a transitional chapter that we had to have before Luffy and Imu can actually meet and fight, but this sets it in motion, and since, remember, this is a flashback, it's possible Luffy and these guys are very close in the present to where Imu is. So as early as next chapter, the epic fight between Luffy and IMU could begin, and I'm so excited about seeing Loki team up with our guys. Let me know how you like this chapter and what you expect to happen moving forward. If you enjoyed this one, you won't want to miss this video on screen right now that YouTube says you'll like and subscribe this video for more One Piece, and I'll see you in the next one.